Hi everybody, my name is Noelle and welcome back to my yoga channel. So today we are going to do tips for twisting. So one is you breathe. You always focus on your breathing in a twist. And sometimes when you're in a studio or just maybe a home practice, take notice where your brain goes. Mine often goes to, I need to twist deeper. I can't get this twist. I should start looking up or looking to the side, or maybe that will feel better. I've got to, and it's a lot of work, whatever your brain is doing. So that's number one, breathing. Number two, I would say definitely you do not eat if you have a full belly. Please don't try to twist as deep as you used to or did the other day. Definitely stick to where your spine is tall all the time. And tip number three, I would like you to focus on your core supporting your lumbar spine. Definitely, this is a must. So breathing, not eating, and support of your spine. And so if you notice there is no bones in the front of your belly, you only have the bone in your lumbar spine. So it's definitely, there's room for injury. All right, I'm saying the word definitely a lot. So, okay, we're gonna get started. We're gonna start off with a very simple pose, and it's reclined twist. So we'll get started with that. If you have blocks, please feel free to use them underneath your knees. And we're gonna start off with the easy pose just because I want you to feel how tall your spine is when you're lying on the ground and how easy your breath is flowing. So if you want to place a block underneath the knees when you roll over to one side, feel free to do that if it's too much for your rib cage. Go ahead and bring your hands out to a capital T and place the back of your skull on the mat. Feel length in the spine, especially in the cervical spine. FYI, the neck is part of your spine. Go ahead and take a cleansing breath. Inhale. And then just exhale it out of the mouth. You can do any kind of favorite twist that you want on the floor. But notice where your twisting is happening right now. If you feel the twisting in your low back, you want to make sure that you're placing a block underneath your knees. If you still continue to feel it, you want to pull in your belly. Again, there's that, the spine is the only bone in that area. If you feel that you can turn your neck towards the opposite direction of your knees. But take notice of what your spine did. Take an inhale and an exhale and try to lengthen the spine, especially on your inhale. But don't go too far because it might pull something in your body. You just want to adjust incrementally every time you inhale, and then find that space as you exhale. And everything always happens within. So you're really focusing everything that is within. You take notice that rib cage, the belly button and up, the things that are twisting, your low back is not twisting. You don't want it to twist. So when you come up for a seated position, you still want to make sure that the hips are in line with the shoulders. The shoulders are never behind the hips. that's where you will hurt your back in time. So let's come back on an inhale, bring the knees up, and move over to the other side. Bring your knees over. You can place them anywhere that feels okay, but just watch the spine. Watch how tall it is. The reclined and relaxing positions are so important. So when you actually stand and do twists and move through space, twisting, you're watching your spine. So that's the most important in your physical body. And how you continue to keep it tall is you focus on your breath. If you need to take a cleansing breath, go ahead and take a deep breath in. Feel tall in the cervical spine. Shoulder blades soften. Exhaling out of the mouth. If you want to look over to the opposite direction, you can. So as your hands are in a capital T, you want your palms flat down in line with the shoulders. Even the fingers are pressing down. So there's still some activation in this pose. Sometimes you can totally relax at the end of practice and let your breathing just continue to be active. But you always want a firm foundation. I can feel this side way different than the other. I'm just going to take my hand and take the top of my leg to push it down. My left side, I always pull my rib cage out of place. I get so annoyed at myself. All right, let's go ahead and come back up on an inhale. Just bring your knees up. Oh. You're welcome to stay there longer. You can always do this anytime. So come all the way up. Be careful when you come up. Okay, so the next places that we're going to twist is do one standing. I'm going to start you in, we'll do a revolved triangle. We can do a revolved triangle. All right, so we're going to stand. We're going to place our feet underneath our hips, hip distance, about 2 fists width apart, or 1 fist. Mine's about 1 fist. All right, so I'm going to take my left leg first in front. I'm going to take my right leg behind, and then I'm going to take the right toes 45 degrees or 90. 45 for me is enough. Sometimes I'll try to keep working that 90 degree, but you want to watch as you shift those toes towards the right. You want to watch that left hip. It will sometimes poke out, and you don't want that to happen. So develop the twist in your core first. This is why you don't want to eat, because you're taking that breath and you're pulling it up, and if it's full, there's no way that your rib cage can actually breathe deep and contract, and then you'll feel a lot in your belly. And I just had some almond milk, so hopefully I'm okay, but you don't want to do that before Ashtanga. All right, let's take our hand on a block, any level. And again, you want to make sure that you practice before doing any of these positions. If you have not practiced, make sure you're really breathing and focusing on your breath, so therefore you're not going to pull anything, especially during my videos. So if you want to take the highest level of the block, you can. You're going to take your right arm forward. It's going to be in line with the toes on the left, or if it's too much of a deep twist, you take it underneath the right shoulder, always. So I always like to take my left hand to the tailbone to assure that the hips are square. As you begin to twist, you inhale, and as you exhale, you start twisting. And this is the trick. That right rib cage, pull it in. Every time you inhale, it's going to poke out, but don't dump your weight out. Pull your tailbone down towards the floor. Don't tuck it under. Just pull it down and find length. So legs are always strong and straight. If you can't get there first, legs straight. And just, you don't even have to twist. You can think about it. That's where it always begins. Everything always, you think about how you can start doing it and really training your mind to think positive, to let your body do the work. All right. So we're going to take our hand underneath our shoulder or in front of those left toes. Push that weight down onto the floor. Don't cringe your toes. Take an inhale, and then as you start exhaling, shoulder blades down, pull that right rib cage in. You can always look up as well. But you want to take that tailbone, make sure it's completely square with the left palm. Okay, let's try 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Rib cage in. Shoulders relaxed. Open your chest. Inhale. Exhale. Shoulders in line with hips. Last time. Inhale. Take that right rib cage and pull it in as you exhale. Don't worry about overextending that left side to look up at the ceiling. Just take your neck and turn it if you can. As you exhale, go ahead and release. Forward fold. And you can step that right foot with the left because we got the other side. So if you're sweating like I am, you'll see that the twists are detoxing. All right, we're gonna take it to the other side. Right foot forward. Again, toes out in the back, 45 or 90. That heel is going to be in line with that left hip now, and the right foot is in line with the right hip. Very important here. Different variations of yoga, in positions in these. It's just depending on what yoga you're doing, right? Eventually, heel to heel on these twists in Ashtanga, but my hips aren't ready for that. I don't know when they're going to be ready, maybe in like 5,000 years. Okay, so take that left hand wherever, and you're going to take that right hand underneath, right on top of your hips. So this side's little cattywampus for me with my hips, and I can instantly feel my right hip tucking under. So I'm going to have to focus deeply on that. Taking an inhale, left hand, always underneath that left shoulder. And we're going to open the chest as you exhale. Pull that left rib cage in. Inhale. Think and breathe. Rib cage expands. Exhale, contract it. Last time, inhale, breathe. Exhale, contract. Okay. Go ahead and release. Release the head. Stay here for a quick transition. And forward fold, step the feet together. All right. You always want to neutralize the spine after. Okay. So last one, we are going to do a seated twist. So we were in a reclined position, really relaxed. You notice that when we actually move through space in that revolved triangle, that you could feel that your core had to do more work and you really had to focus on breathing. So that this last one, definitely focus on breathing. You're going to sit and take a seated twist. Extend your, your right leg. And then we're going to take our left leg and cross it over. If you have a deeper variation, you can always pull your right leg in and bend it. You're going to take that inhale here. I'm just going to do a gentle twist. You can always take it to deeper levels, but that's on your practice. And you're going to take an inhale here, and the reason why you're taking this inhale is to find extension, not extension backwards. So you want extension forwards. Press that foot down on the left. Hug in the knee, and don't take this hand behind you and press it down. You can, but that always takes my shoulders behind me. In most cases, I see a lot of people behind, and that's where it tweaks the back. So pull your belly in, and then you're going to take the left hand. You're just going to wrap it around the waist because your core is what's doing this work. So we're going to take an inhale. As you exhale, that right rib cage pulls in. Inhale, find extension. If you can't find extension, you stop and you don't twist deeper. Okay, extension in the spine. So this is where the core continues to work to support the lumbar spine, to keep the sit bones seated and rooted. Relax those shoulders. Keep the tension in the correct places of the body. You can always turn your head. And then we'll just come back. Whew. All right. Switch sides. Focus. Breathing. It is detoxing. Don't eat. And this is definitely where you feel that your core should do the work to support the spine. Go ahead and grab on with the left arm. Extend the left leg if you need, but that right foot is coming over and down on the left quad, pushing down. You're going to take your right hand and just wrap it around, or you can just hug yourself. But you're focusing that left rib cage this time, pulling in. And then on that next inhale, continue to pull it in, but find the extension of the spine and exhale. If you can, always best to take both eyes and look back. If you feel any pulling, don't twist deeper. Just focus on your breath. Let's take one more breath. Focus on that rib cage. It's expanding and it's contracting. Look for the pause. Take a look and unwind. And go ahead and release. Whew. All right. So the biggest thing is to always take your rib cage, inhale, and exhale. That's what you're doing in every single pose in yoga. That's always a tip. And it is very difficult to keep that mind on that breathing because you're watching how you're doing the work inside. You're working on the physical as well, making sure that you're not going to injure yourself, but you just keep deep breathing. Anybody that's deeply breathing is an advanced practitioner. It's just what it is. You're super mindful within, excuse me, within. So make sure that you don't have too much water, too much food before any twisting. It is very detoxing and it's wonderful. I love twists and I love them when they're really deep because it's just like taking a rag and wringing it out. And just always support your spine with your lower belly, always making sure that it's tucked in and firm and everything's moving up every time you're doing positions and twisting. Always in every yoga pose, but twisting especially. Okay, well, this concludes it. Thank you so much for taking your time out to watch, and hopefully this will get you in better twists in your practice, or you just want to detox and unwind at your end of the day. If you don't have any practice, you can just do that reclined place of twisting, and it's very relaxing. So you deserve it. We all work hard always. So all right, well, thank you, and I will see you on your mat next time. Bye.